A simple photograph is all it takes to stir the pot in boxing. A simple photograph can put people in despair, as we see a simple photograph can tell a tale that many people don't want to read. A simple photograph is all that it takes to make assumptions and presumptions about what is, what was, and the possibilities of what can be. Yeah, let's talk about the photograph that has come out recently and what it might mean. The business of boxing never, ever ceases to amaze. As we talk about this subject regarding a photograph that was taken recently, this week, of Devin "The Dream" Haney and Terrence Crawford in the gym. According to Boxing News 24, an article written about this specific photograph now has people jumping on the bandwagon, stating that Devin Haney may be too big for the Matrix. Yeah, Vasily Lomachenko, the one who's trying to put Devin's fight with him off until the next decade. The man who has been avoiding Devin for at least the past 4 years, even when Devin was so much younger. But his profile was shining, so Vasily Lomachenko didn't want to take Devin Haney on as a challenger when he owned the unified titles at lightweight, instead opting to vacate and put himself in a position for franchise by requesting franchise. And of course, he was anointed the franchise label. But yet and still, Devin Haney and his contemporaries didn't want it to go down this way. But the PTB ensured that it did. They held this young man away from the titles for as long as he could, culminating in his defeat over George Kambosos Jr. Not once, but twice in George's home country, where the contract mandated that both fights take place in the event that Kambosos lost. So now, Haney is being viewed as a fighter who is too big for the division. Ha! Really? If he can make the weight, why shouldn't he be able to campaign there? And yes, he is a growing young man. But aren't we watching Sebastian Fonduro fight at junior middleweight when it looks like he should possibly be at least 2, if not 3 divisions higher, according to his frame? And let's get back to that issue about frames, because Devin Haney, who is currently the undisputed lightweight champion, and his record now is 29-0 with 15 KOs, was photographed earlier this week in the gym with Terrence Crawford. And according to the Boxing News 24 article, link will be in the description. Adam Baskin writes, Devin Haney was photographed in the gym this week with Terrence Crawford, looking bigger than the unbeaten WBO welterweight champion, making it seem impossible that he'll melt down to 135, his undisputed lightweight championship against Vasily Lomachenko on May 20th at Madison Square Garden in New York. When it gets to the point where you're dwarfing Crawford, as we see with Haney, it would be best for him to move up to welterweight on the double. And why is that? Is it because you guys want to see Vasily Lomachenko continue to thrive in a division where he has avoided the stiffest of competition and not faced his proper adversaries at the weight? The article goes on. For the sake of fairness, Haney needs to move up to 140, if not 147, pronto, because he's much too big to be fighting against lightweights that appear to be much, much smaller than him. Is the term weight bully appropriate to what this accusation is? There's no shame in Haney vacating his 135-pound titles now, telling the fans that he's simply outgrown the lightweight division and wants to move up to 140 or 147 so that he doesn't have to risk his health, cutting massive amounts of water weight to compete in a division that is below what he should be competing at, given his welterweight-sized frame. Wow. Isn't it interesting that we have yet to hear an article like this speak about the likes of Canelo Alvarez? Right? We've never heard anyone put forth an article with the notion of what Canelo needs to do for his own good, as well as his contemporaries in the division where he campaigns. So why is this such an important consideration for Devin Haney? Is it because one of the most protected fighters in recent memory campaigns there as well and is on the slate to face him next? I think so. The article goes on. At 24, mind you, listen to the age. At 24, Haney appears to have hit his growth spurt because he's now resembling a filled-out welterweight, making it seem impossible to envision him getting down to 135 one last time for his important title defense against the former 3-division world champion Lomachenko, who's 17-2 with 11 KOs on ESPN pay-per-view. In Haney's last fight against former unified champion George Kambosos Jr. on October 16th, He looked gargantuan after rehydrating for the contest. But when other fighters do this, it's okay, right? Not the fighters that you want in the top 10, in the pound for pound, on top of the scales. Not the fighters that you profess are the best in the division and around. I'm telling you that this is biased journalism. This is what they're doing, and they're doing it against specific fighters. Devin Haney is the flavor of the month right now. And so this has to be taken for what it is. It's biased. I talk about it all the time. Prejudiced. Bigoted. Devin Haney is 24 years old. He has yet to hit his maximum. And by the time he does, it may be beyond what's being stated for him to do currently. But he reserves the right to campaign and risk at his discretion, not on the judgment or authoritative nature of someone else. So this is where we find ourselves. This article speaks like this, and it has nothing to do with the health or well-being of a fighter. It has everything to do with the preservation of another. And for as long as Haney holds those titles, no one else has the opportunity if they can't beat him. And that's where you have to beat him, in the ring, not on the scale, and not with a journalist's pen or email. Right. So when we talk about this, think about it like this. Devin Haney is the champ, and Lomachenko is the next man up. Lomachenko has been running for the past 3 to 4 years, and now it's time for him to face his music. We'll see if the matrix can be resolved. I'm willing bet believe that no doubt the matrix will be exposed for what it really is. Devin Haney is the undisputed champion, and Vasily Lomachenko is his next target. We'll see exactly what happens. Let me know what your thoughts are about this Boxing News 24 article. Devin Haney needs to move up, needs to vacate his titles at 135 when his mission is not yet complete. Think about it. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and Liberated Perspective, a third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Let me know if you agree with this article from Boxing News 24. Journalist Adam Baskin. I wonder where Baskin is from and what his background is. Seems awfully biased, bigoted, angled, and prejudiced to me. And the next time he wants to write about weight bullying, let's hear something with Canelo Alvarez's name attached. And Dimitri Bivol. Peace to everyone out there, and everyone please remain safe.